Hey everyone, welcome to another LEGO fan video. But today, we're not doing some LEGOs. We're going to be doing the final season of Ben 10, which contains episodes like Perfect Day, Don't Drink the Water, and of course the series finale, Ben 10 versus the Negative 10 Part 1 and 2, as well as the what if scenario of Goodbye and Good Riddance. So, this only contains 10 episodes, but there are a ton of characters to cover. I think there's like 39 villains that I included. I excluded the villains that first appeared in Goodbye and Good Riddance, so Bird Beefs. There are 22 heroes, as well as over about 20 aliens as well, with new aliens like Ditto and Guy. But today we're just gonna be covering 11 villains, because I love villains. Villains are like the best part of a series, because you can't have a good show without a good villain. So let's get right into it. So our first villain. So if you guys are new, like what you see, like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified of my next videos. So the way I work this is that I have already displayed a bunch of villains that we're covering today. You are going to tell me based on which villain matches what I say. So let's set up an example with a villain that only appeared in one episode. I consider them a villain. I don't know about anybody else. But let's start with Cash and JT Ogres. So these are the villains that I have lined up for today. So, of these, you have 10 seconds to decide which one of these villains is the Cash and JT Ogres. So, as I said, 10 seconds. Good luck. So, the Cash and JT Ogres are these guys right here. So, you can see they look like normal Cash and JT, only they're a little more beefed up. I don't know if they're ogres, they might be something else. They first appeared in the episode Perfect Day, in which they were the second challenge Ben faced while he was in the nightmare scenario, stopping them in their path and giving Grandpa an atomic wedgie. But they were eventually beaten by giving them a wet willy. For those of you who do not know what wet willy is, it's like where you stick your finger in your mouth and just stick it in someone's ear. Then they appeared later holding Gwen and Max in place, sort of acting as like the bodyguards, but after Ben transformed him as well as the other family into superheroes that he considers, which are Ultra Ben, Ultra Grandpa, and then whatever Gwen is called, Ultra Rat, I think. Something like that. Maybe Ultra Brat. They were both beaten and given wedgies by Max himself, and were supposedly destroyed when the dream scenario was terminated. So they're both very strong and very durable, and are good at doing what they do, bully stuff like wedgies and stuff. However, they are weak against the wet willies, and they do have slow reactions. So, of course, they don't make another appearance unless you want to go into another dream scenario with Ben, but I'm pretty sure no one does. So now that you guys know how it works, let's go into an actual scenario with a recurring Ben 10 villain of 6-6. And I would play first lines, but of the villains that I'm doing today, only 4 of them actually do speak. So, I'm covering all the ones that I don't have first lines, get them out of the way. So, of the remaining ones that we have here, which one is 6-6? You have 10 seconds to decide which one they are. He is. Good luck. So, the villain of 6-6 is this guy right here. He is a Sotoragian, Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm not good with Ben 10 species. I should probably also give credit for Watch Anime Dub and the Ben 10 Wiki. Ben 10 Wiki for giving me the species, because I don't pay attention to that stuff. And I also do a fact check on there, make sure that what I'm saying is truthful. And Watch Anime Dub because they provide me with the videos and the voices that you're going to hear later on. So, 6-6 first appeared in the episode The Perfect Day, in which he battled Ben by the cheerleader's bus after touching down. He teamed up with Vulcanus to try and take down Ben, but he couldn't and was knocked out. When he recovered, he took one of the cheerleaders hostage and holded a gun at Ben. However, he shot a diamond, which ricocheted off the bus and into his jetpack, which landed him in the tar pit. And then at the end of the episode, he made a very brief appearance and was presumably beat later on. So he has a ton of powers concerning the fact that he's a bounty hunter. He's an alien bounty hunter. So he has a jetpack which enables him to fly. He also has a laser gun, and as well as another version that can shoot discs. Another version of that disc laser can aid him when multiple targets are around him. Sort of like when you see in games like you have that alien that shoots down a whole wide array of like a disc laser. I don't know how to describe it, but you'll see what I mean when you see him in action. He also has another version of a laser that is sonic. He also has grenades, rocket launcher, grapple hook, iron tracker, laser saw, very durable armor, because this isn't what he actually looks like. There's actually someone underneath that, which we'll get to when we get to the movie Secret of the Omnitrix. He also has extra slots for his real hands to come out. He's a fighter, very skilled one at that. He can shoot missiles. He has a laser bomb, another one that can act as a taser, and another one as blinding light. He also has multiple tentacles that can come out, as well as a special knife to disable cannibal, a laser whip. He has rope the self-tie rope that you see a lot of times. He also can shoot lasers and owns and pilots his own spaceship. However, he can't speak English with only a few like Crab. He's another bounty hunter, being able to understand him. His jetpack, often his downfall goes down to him being flown out of the air due to his jetpack going crazy. He can also be distracted very easily, he can be very lazy, and can get dizzy. Simple enough. He does make other appearances, as he's one of Ben's more recurring alien villains, as well as this guy, Vulcanus. And of the remaining aliens that we have here, of the remaining villains, which one is the villain of Vulcanus? 10 seconds, good luck. So Vulcanus is this guy right here. He's a Detroit who only made brief appearances in Season 4, but I still consider him as making appearances. So the first time we see him, he teamed up with 6-6 in the episode The Perfect Day in the Dream Scenario, in which he battled Diamond Head and managed to put up a pretty good fight. However, he was beat and launched into a dumpster that Gwen then shrunk. He didn't appear at the end, meaning that Vulcanus probably is no more. Then, in the future, he battled Forearms at the beginning of the episode in the episode 1010. But he lost and was sent to the null void off screen. So he's both durable and strong, and with this he has a strong punch that is able to break roads. He also can survive space and withstand extreme heat, as shown when he mixed molten metal with his bare hands. And he's also somewhat of a good fighter, however, I'm taking anything that happened in Perfect Day with a grain of salt, as technically what happened in Perfect Day, other than the end scenario, never actually happened, so, yeah. But he is biased against Tetramans, often underestimate them. For those of you who are not well versed in species, Tetramans is forearms species, so the fact that he's underestimating them Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. And his species is often considered dumb. He's one of only two of his species that we actually meet, the other one being the Grand Champ that we see in when Ben goes to space with Kevin. Speaking, and we will be getting to Kevin if you guys recognize him up there. But right now, let's go to the Forever Knights. And no, we're not talking about the Forever King or Enoch, just Forever Knights. Okay? Because I know you guys might see them up there as well. So, of the remaining ones that we see here, which one is the Forever Knights? 10 seconds. Good luck. So, the Forever Knights are these guys right here. So, you have one that acts as a guard almost, also drivers and other stuff. And then you have these guys, which are the scientists. So, they are human, however, some might be robot. It's never confirmed whether they're human or robot. And they appeared in the perfect day in which the scientists appeared at the end, trying to get the Omnitrix off of Ben. However, they were all beat, and then later, one with the red hood appeared trying to free Enoch, but he was ordered not to by the Forever King. Both of those guys we'll get to later on. So they all have knowledge on aliens and alien tech, as well as regular tech, and some are equipped with the stuff with lasers, which is what this thing is right here. See how it comes as a wing almost, and it shoots laser out of the middle. They are all durable, some are expert scientists, that are very knowledgeable on the alien tech and how to operate it. They are all intelligent, and some are equipped with the laser sword and shield. They can run fast, some are good drivers, they are somewhat agile, some are equipped with an electronic mace, some have dynamite with an alarm, as well as laser swords. They're sort of like the modern day medieval knights, trying to essentially purge the world of aliens. They're very biased against them. However, these guys also can be knocked out with enough force. They don't know what to do without any orders, and have slow reactions at some point. They always make other appearances. There's always that one villain that's working in the background somewhere. So, yeah. Now, let's get into a villain that also is going to make very much significant appearances, but not as a villain in Alien Force. Let's go to Kevin E. Levin, his normal version. So, of the remaining ones, which one is Kevin E. Levin? 10 seconds, good luck. So this one right here is Kevin E. Levin, in his normal version. He's a human osmosine who appeared briefly in Perfect Day in the hall of the school as like the hall monitor before he shapeshifts to his mutated form, which we'll cover next. So he can absorb energy from technology, essentially destroying it at sometimes, as well as discharge this energy. And after absorbing the energy from the Omnitrix, he has all of the aliens' powers and is able to mutate between any of these aliens. He also appears stronger than Ben when mutated. And as I mentioned, in the dream world, he was able to go from his human to his mutated form, something he wasn't able to do in the real world. However, he needs to recharge and is vulnerable to timeouts. And when he gains the powers of the aliens, he gains their weaknesses as well. And he only looks out for himself and appears arrogant. And when gaining these powers of the Omnitrix, he said he can only stay human for a brief amount of time before he changes into, an alien. And now that we covered his normal form, let's get to his mutated form. So, of these, which one is Kevin 11's mutated form, also known as Kevin 11? 10 seconds, good luck. So, Kevin 11 mutated is this one right here. He is 1/11th human, 1/11th paranoid, 1/11th Vulpamaster, 1/11th Petrosapien, 1/11th Galvanic Mechamorph, 1/11th Canicellarian, 1/11th Galavan, 1/11th Tetramed, 1/11th Leptopterian, 1/11th Piscus Volan, 1/11th Galvanic Mechamorph, and 1/11th Ectoneurite. Yeah, he's big. He is extremely strong, has 2 extra arms, can fly, he can breathe underwater, he is durable, he can shoot dice, he can also form them from the ground, knows all of the original 10 aliens' powers plus his own, he can spit goo, he has a fire blast and fireballs, has a strong bite, accelerates speed, has a tail, he can form his hand in a knife, he is somewhat agile and durable, he's a good fighter, can form a knife from his diamond-head hand. However, he's often single-minded on revenge too bad. He could be a bit too destructive, shown when he destroyed a dead wall by lighting on fire and nearly killing Six Sigma. He often does not like taking blame. He's weak to electricity, inconsiderate to others, a huge target. He retains Kevin's arrogance, does not know Ben's aliens outside of the original 10, can be weighed down when flying, and is big. He first appeared in the episode Perfect Day, in which he battled Ben after shape-shifting into him and chased him down the hall, but he lost him when the door disappeared. Then at the end of the episode, he appeared once more, again serving as a bodyguard for Enoch. However, he was beaten and kicked down the hall and never seen again. Whew. You guys see this guy again, only as his son, Devlin 11. Wow, that sounds weird when I say that out loud. But that's not going to be for a bit. And as for this mutated state, you're never going to see it ever again. Our final villain that does not speak is the villain of Subliminal. Dr. Subliminal. So, of these, which one is Dr. Subliminal? 10 seconds, good luck. So, Dr. Subliminal is this guy right here. So he's a human who first appeared in the episode Ben 10 vs. the Negative 10 Part 1. And take part in the Fort Knox heist, in which he hypnotized some of the guards to be like chickens and the other ones to, well, shoot on sight. And he teamed up with the circus freaks, and he went to the warehouse to give the key to the king before he posed with the others by Rushmore. Then in Part 2, he hypnotized Cooper to destroy the Tennisons. Then he fought and was beat by Gwen in the sub-energy base, before getting trapped in the force field with the other members. So he has a special pocket watch which can hypnotize anyone that is in its sight. It can be turned on and off at will and can heighten anyone's abilities. He also knows of Ben's aliens, and I know that's a bit of a stretch, but for me that is a power, considering the fact that not a lot of villains know on how the aliens work. He can also spin his watch, which can grant him more range for his hypnotic powers. But he's very egotistical and self-centered. His trance can almost always be broken, and is powerless alone, and even more so without his pocket watch, and is somewhat slow. You never see him again. Now, let's get to the main antagonist of the entire series, no matter what, that always faces him at some point. That villain being Vilgax, whose first line is this. You may have stopped my minions, but you will not stop me. Of these remaining villains, which one is the villain of Vilgax? 10 seconds, good luck. So this villain right here is Vilgax. So we have 3 different versions. Him before the explosion, where he looks younger, leaner. Then while he was healing, he looked like this. No idea how to describe that. And afterwards, his main look looks like this. So he's a Tremerian sui generis, in which he appeared in the episode The Perfect Day, appearing after his minions, quote unquote, were revealed, to which a brief fight ensued, ending with him being sent back to the Null Void. Again, never really happened. Vilgax is still safely in the Null Void. As well as the episode Goodbye and Good Riddance, again, a what if scenario, meaning it never happened. So again, still stuck in the Null Void, or rather, depending on how you order it, you can also say he was thrown in space with Secret of the Omnitrix. So in Goodbye and Good Riddance, he once again tried to get the Omnitrix after escaping thanks to his droid, even resorting to kidnapping Ben's father. But he failed and was blown up at the end of the episode. So he's shown to be a very good leader as he leads his drones to carry out his plans while he heals. He also can communicate with his drones mentally. He is strong and has power cells on his arms, so these little things you see here can make him even stronger. He's also extremely durable, has control of his ships and drones. He's intelligent and knows the secrets of the Omnitrix, knows how to work it. He's also equipped with an arsenal of weapons both on and off the ship, like a spike ball. He has a super jump, he has an Omnitrix tracker, his spike ball is both super durable and can shoot spikes. He's also agile, he's a good fighter, he has a DNA scanner, has sharp claws, knows Ben's strengths and weaknesses, knows the Null Void, and has a Null Void gun in the episode The Perfect Day, but we don't know for real whether he does. He might somewhere on his ship, but we don't know for sure. He also knows how to control Null Guardians and has a transport beam to transport on and off the ship. Again, don't know if that's actually real, because it happened in Perfect Day. However, he's determined to get the Omnitrix at all costs, often making him single-minded. He's also slow, his Omnitrix tracker is useless when the Omnitrix is timed out and is not being used. He also can get very cocky. Of course, with our main antagonist of Vilgax, you know he makes other appearances. So, yeah. Now, let's get to a great villain that was kind of underutilized. Kind of wish he was one of the Forever Kings, or at least part of it. And that villain being the villain of Enoch, whose first line is this.
How terribly clever of you.
Of these remaining ones, which one is Enoch? 10 seconds, good luck. So this guy right here is the villain of Enoch. He's a human, supposedly, who first appeared in the episode The Perfect Day, in which he put Ben in a dreamlike state after a surprise attack by him. After Ben was not having a good day, he trapped him in a dream state in which he was having the perfect day, in order to try and keep it in a blissful state so he and his scientists can work on the Omnitrix, trying to get it off. But after it was revealed what happened, he went into the dream himself to try and stop Ben. However, he failed and was trapped in his own dreamlike state, in which he got the Omnitrix and was never again and didn't appear again. Supposedly he was arrested off screen. So he has control of the Forever Knights, has a lot of money, has knowledge on aliens and alien tech as well as regular tech. He seems to be very durable. He's also intelligent, has a grapple gun and laser sword, can run pretty fast, owns a car and a helicopter called the Bird. He knows of ancient legends. He has a shield that can double as a boomerang, has one of those wraparound ropes, and in the dream world he can control the dream or nightmare, can change his size, he can shapeshift, he can duplicate himself, he can control the ground, and can make it either a dream or a nightmare. However, he can be easily distracted and does objectives that can often put him in perilous situations and can be pretty cocky at times. Enoch does make another appearance, but never any major ones. We got 2 more villains to cover, with the next one being the main antagonist of Season 4. This villain is the Forever King, also known as Driscoll, whose first line is this.
No, Enoch has failed me one time too many. From now on, I will personally deal with the Tennysons.
So, of these remaining villains, which one is the villain of Enoch? The Forever King, I mean, also known as Driscoll. 10 seconds, good luck. So, the Forever King, or Driscoll, is this guy right here. This is him in his Forever King armor, and then this is him in like a flashback and how he looks for real. He's a human who first appeared in the episode The Perfect Day, appearing at the end, uttering his first line before the episode ended. Then in Ben 10 vs. the Negative 10 Part 1, he appeared briefly in the warehouse to retrieve the key, but after a mutiny caused by acid breath, he sent his ninja to deal with them. Then he posed with the others by Rushmore. Then in Part 2, he led the Negative 10 into the Mount Rushmore base, and merged with the sub-energy to become super powerful, but he was taken out and managed to escape from his suit during the final battle. It is unknown what his fate is at this time. So he's an ex-plumber who has knowledge on their bases and gear, a great leader, is smart, has an electric blast that comes out of his hands. He also has durable armor that is able to merge with the sub-energy, and has knowledge on alien tech as well as regular tech. He has an armored car and can enjoy all the benefits of the Forever Knights. He can blast a laser out of his visor. However, he could say does set an obsessive over one objective. Again, this is how the Forever King looks like in his armor, and this is him without the armor, Driscoll. Now, we have one last villain to cover, and that's this girl right here. I'll play you her first line. This is her first line.
Sure you are.
Do you know who this villain is? 10 seconds to try and decide what her name is. Good luck. So this villain is Charmcaster. That's her, right there. This is one of her stone golems. It's a bat. And then this is what they typically look like. So she's a human / witch, Hex's niece, who first appeared in the episode Don't Drink the Water. At the end of the episode, picking up the now baby Hex, exclaiming she would now be given the orders, since Hex is, well, a baby. In Ben 10 vs. the Negative 10 Part 1, she's one of the Negative 10. She's part of the Negative 10, participating in the Seattle Ice with Rojo, Animal, and Clancy. And when the gang arrived, she battled Gwen, and they almost had a big fight, but she was then taken by the bat to Rushmore, where she posed with the other members. Then in Part 2, she tried to take out the rust bugger with rocks and failed. Then in the fight outside, she sent stone golems to fight Ben, but they were quickly destroyed and was blasted back by the laser. Then in the sub-energy base, she fought Gwen before tossing some stone golems. Then she argued with Animal about who's really in charge before being trapped in the force field with the other members. She's probably one of the most powerful Negative 10 members, as she is very agile, can levitate, a great trickster, tricking both Hex and Gwen in tough luck. She's also very smart, can brew up a potion for a body swap spell, somewhat strong, can activate vehicles with no need for keys. She had a book of spells, she can make utensils come to life, has a big bag of tricks that has smoke bombs, as well as actual bombs, metal rings that can increase in size, her stone golems which are both strong and durable, as well as a bat version that can fly. So you see the bat version here, as well as her typical stone golems. There's also a chicken version that flies too, as well as pecks to anyone to death. They are also controlled by her no matter who's in charge of her body. Wow, that sounded way weirder, way better in my head. This bag also has some sentience. And due to the fact that she's a magic user, she is able to break out of other people's spells and can levitate rocks. However, she looks down upon Uncle X, obeying his every order, not declared a master wizard, easily distracted, and can be single-minded at times. And that is her bag right there. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Next time, we're going to be covering villains like Animo, Camille's ex-boyfriend, as well as so many others. So, I'll see you guys then. So long.